Hello and welcome to the channel. Some have called him perennial contestants, others have labeled him perennial loser. Presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Al-Haji Atiku Abubakar has contested 6 times for the office of the President of Nigeria, and 6 times he has lost. He is 76 years old already, and by the time Bola Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress (APC) or any other persons complete their first 4-year term in office, Atiku will be 80 years old. So, is this the end for the Waziri Adamawa? Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Factors that contributed to Atiku's loss in 2023 presidential election. For the third time in his checkered political career, Atiku Abubakar failed to win the presidential election as a candidate. He came a distant third in his first attempt in 2007, when he vied on the platform of the defunct Action Congress of Nigeria (ACN) as the departing vice president who fought a battle with his then principal, Olusegun Obasanjo. This time around, he came second, but the taste of defeat is perhaps even more bitter because of what might have been. In that first bid in 2007, many political observers did not give him any chance of winning because of the many hurdles, political and legal, that he had to surmount to even be on the ballot. He had little or no time to campaign and could not have even defeated the then ruling People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the election if he had. Essentially because the ACN was considered a regional party without a national appeal. The candidate of the PDP, Umaru Yar'Adua, then outgoing governor of Katsina State, was declared the winner of the election by INEC, but the election is still considered one of the worst ever, based on the brazen malpractices which characterized it. Even the declared winner, Mr. Yar'Adua, a former chemistry teacher from the famous Yar'Adua family of Katsina, acknowledged in a post-election speech that his victory was tainted, but he held on to it with a promise to carry out electoral reforms that would help improve the country's electoral process. Atiku also tried to contest in 2011 and 2015, but did not go beyond the primary elections of the parties on whose platform he sought to contest. Fast forward to 2019, the former customs operative and businessman had what in retrospect may now be considered his best chance to win the election because he ran on a formidable opposition platform, the PDP, at a time of raging insecurity and general disillusionment in the country over a poor economy, massive youth unemployment, and surging inflation under a President Muhammadu Buhari who was seeking a second term in office. Unfortunately, those who voted for the continuation of Mr. Buhari in office were more than those who wanted Atiku, according to the official returns by INEC, and that was how his 2019 adventure collapsed like a pack of cards. But before anyone could say Jack Robinson, the signs were there again, at least based on happenings within the PDP, that the serial contestant was going to throw his heart into the ring again in 2023, despite an intense clamor for the presidential ticket of the party to be ceded to the southern part of the country. 3 major factors contributed to his second-place finish in the election: the demand for power shift to the southern part of Nigeria, the disunity in the PDP, and the Peter Obi factor. Power shifts. PDP governors were divided on which region of the country should produce the presidential candidate of the party. While some openly campaigned for a southern candidate, some said the contest should be made open, which was what allowed Atiku to win the ticket, beating Rivers Governor Nyesom Wike to the second position. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. The quest for power shift within the political parties also manifested in the larger polity, with many Nigerians saying it was the turn of the South to produce the president. In a way, that also reflected in the voting pattern of the electorate. Despite 2 formidable candidates of Southern origin running in the election, one of them still emerged as the winner, with the other candidate, Peter Obi of the Labour Party, coming third. Peter Obi factor. The emergence of Peter Obi on the platform of the Labour Party created a third force which significantly impacted the outcome of the election on 25th February. Mr. Obi, who was the running mate to Atiku in 2019 on the ticket of the PDP, moved to the LP in 2022 after it became clear to him that he stood no chance of winning the PDP's presidential ticket. The entry of Mr. Obi, a former governor of Anambra State, into the contest significantly altered the dynamics of the election, which other factors considered weakened the chances of Atiku in the election. For instance, Mr. Obi won with wide margins in the southeast, which was a stronghold of the PDP in previous presidential elections, and also won Lagos State. It is believed in some quarters that were Mr. Obi not in the race, Atiku as the PDP candidate would have done much better in the election, despite the clamor for a power shift to the south, especially with the too many unforced errors of the Buhari administration, such as the controversial Naira redesign policy, which led to a nationwide cash crunch, fuel scarcity, and general disillusionment with the APC, among others, just a few weeks before the election. The disunity in PDP. The emergence of Atiku as its presidential candidate created a serious disunity in the PDP that the party and flag bearer could not resolve before the election. With the polarization of the party, it was easy to predict that the party would end up a loser, which happened eventually as Atiku came second in the election. Following the victory of Atiku, a northerner, in the party's primary election, some governors, later known as the G5 governors in the party, had insisted that the now suspended national chairman of the party, Iyorchia Ayu, another northerner, should step down from the position to allow for a southerner to head the party. The G5 governors, led by Governor Wike, said they wanted regional balance in the party, hence their insistence that Mr. Ayu must resign, a position Atiku and some other top guns of the party, like former Jigawa Governor Sule Lamido, did not buy into. The failure of the two factions within the party to reconcile eventually snowballed into a bigger crisis, which manifested in almost all the chapters of the party across the 36 states and the FCT. This saying that a house divided against itself will always fall captures the fate that befell the PDP in the presidential contest and its candidates. Atiku, the self-styled unifier who could not unify his own party before the main election. His inability to reconcile the warring factions in the party impacted his chance in the election. Atiku is, however, challenging the result of the election in court and will hope the courts buy his argument and declare him president-elect. Unfortunately, however, this may be Atiku's last bid for the Nigerian presidency. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.